Good day buddies. For today's video we will be making some easy, yet beautiful miniature terrains for designing ant farms. This miniature landscapes will also be useful for diorama lovers out there, which I used to make in the past. On this vid we will also announce the winner of our second giveaway, also having a surprise additional winner of DIY ant farm like this. So stay tuned buddies. Before we start, allow me to appreciate our great channel members for making every episode possible. Jeffrey Miles, Sean, and M-Pro Game. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and its future project. Let me also say welcome back buddies. And for those new to the channel, you're also welcome to D-Colony. From our previous videos, we've featured a lot of promising young ant colonies. So we're again making some good setups for starting ant colonies. And the Outworlds we're making today, is a pair for this DIY ant farm. If you missed the build video of this types of nest, feel free to check it on the description, they're so easy to make. We're gonna need a center board, you can cut them in any shape that you desire. The idea is to shape it how you want the top view of the terrain to look like. We can use a cutter or a router like this for an easier job. And just attach a center board strip for the handle, using super glue. We made 3 shapes each, on both 3mm and 5mm thick boards. The variety will add more depth, and form more crevices. We'll be using containers like this on the Outworlds, and on making the terrains. We'll just fill it with dry sand. Anyway, this first or base layer thickness, is the space between the lid and the top of the terrain we're making. So it's up to you buddies. We'll moisten the part where we want to position the top of the terrain. Just place the guide we made earlier. Then just surround it with moist sand, pressing it firmly to take the shape of the guide. Then just flatten the base by filling all over the surrounding with dry sand. Just don't forget to moisten around the guide, to prevent a collapse before we remove the guide. This time is also a good chance to fix some decors, like twigs or rocks. I'm setting this miniature bush over here, just facing downward. Then mixed sanded grout. I love using sanded grout on my builds, as it has a variety of colors. But whenever I ran out of it, I mixed one myself using a normal tile grout, and fine sand. Whatever color I decided, I used the ratio of 2 parts tile grout, and 1 part fine sand. On how much water? It depends on the project. Less water to make it thick like this, which I typically use on manual applications. And more water, to make a watery mixture like this one, which I love to use when pouring into molds. We'll just fill the free space left by the guide. Then just follow up on any of the guides that we want, from same size to the smaller ones. And if you like the terrain to be slanting, or somewhat leaning, you can just pull each following layer sideways, by placing the guides either a little bit to the left or right. By the previously poured layer like this. Then again surround it with sand, this time we are using dry sand straight. Which works fine too, just moisten the guides surrounding before pulling it out. We can just repeat the process, until our desired number of layers or height is achieved. Overlapping, and alternately using the thick and thin guides for more details. Then we're adding another bush here at the lower layer. Then just flatten the sand before setting the last layer. And this is the guide we made for the base, just a little smaller than the container. Then again just surround it with sand. Moisten it as well, then remove. And just fill this space with grout. If you think this requires a lot of effort, let me show you how to make a much simpler one that everyone can do. We'll just fill it up with moist sand, then flatten it. On this design we're using a cone-shaped objects, like pencil head, or like this one. I've chosen to use this dropper. We just need to push it down, making the base bigger if we do it like this. Add some more with varying sizes. Just make sure you still have space for water feeders and plates. Using my fingers to make tiny little humps on the surface. And we're also adding a bush here, before adding the guide for the base layer. And pretty much done. Time to check the outcomes after 24 hours. We just need to clear all the sand. Rinse it with water, to reveal this beautiful miniature terrains. We also made a mushroom-like design on this terrain. And a lower cliff on this one, which is good as a feeding area. I'm sure by using this idea, you can already visualize lots of great design on your imagination buddies. Let's install them now on this containers. We can pour grout first, then just drop the terrain. Or we can also do it this way. This one first, then just fill the corners with grout. We can also add another shade of color on top of the grout, then finish it by topping it with dry sand. We can also set additional decorations this time. And you'll get this problem if the grout became too thick. But, no worries. We just need a few drops of water on the edges, and blending them would be too easy. Then again finish it with sand for the texture. After it dries, we can clean the excess sand on top to reveal the flooring. Or we can also ignore it, like on this one. As cleaning the ants' waste later, will also clean those sands, so it just differs on what we prefer. Now it's time to announce the winners of our giveaway. And thank you so much for everyone who joined. I really thought we're going to use a random comment picker to pick the winners, but there's actually one who got it right. And the surprise of having two winners, as we only have one ant colony for the price. So, one of the winners will receive a DIY ant farm like this. Not exactly this one, as the price is still here drying, as we made an extra ant farm. I assure you the one that's drying is an even better version in terms of the Outworld design. And the exact answer to the question is this video itself, and the first winner is our buddy Billy. Anyway, arena is another term they use on Outworlds or feeding area. And the second winner is our buddy Jimson, as his answer is also on point. Email me buddies so we can finalize who's getting the colony, and who's taking the ant farm. If both want a colony, we'll just give away the ant farm next, using a random comment picker on this video. As I can separate another colony from the main, but it will take a few months, as I need to make sure they're established before sending. So I hope we can talk this one out the soonest. Once again, congratulations to the winners. Hope to see you all again in another one. Once the channel grow bigger, we will be hosting a bigger giveaway with more winners. As we're not that well off buddies, and sending package especially overseas cost a lot for me. But I'll make sure to try my best on every upload, so we can give back more to our loyal channel supporters. And special thanks, and shout out to our buddy and lover, for the process of sending our prices. And anyway, this is the 4 ant farms we designed on this episode. And we'll surely see this on action very soon, on our young carpenter ant colonies. I just hope you have learned something from this video, guys. Be a genie for the first time, by granting my wish and tapping the like and share button. That would help a lot. This is D Colony, saying goodbye for now, but hoping to see you on my next videos.